Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. Hope you're having a beautiful day so far. So happy that you have come to join this Warrior Flow class with Samadhi. So it's kind of an extra treat to have a expanded consciousness, extended Savasana this morning. So Samadhi is moving into our 8th limb, which is pure conscious awareness. And we move into our fundamental self as consciousness, and we rest there in that pure consciousness. And then I gently bring you back. It's a very powerful practice and great benefits in that practice. And a lot of the benefits are benefits we really can't see immediately because we're just simply basking in the heart of the universe, our own infinite heart, which is one with all minds and the God of our understanding. And it is so powerful. It just transforms you from within. And as you move through and practice Samadhi more regularly, you find that your state of mind maintains that state of peace on a more permanent level. You're in that state of grace in a more permanent level. And life seems to just flow because you are so deeply connected to the eternal universe and conscious awareness. So it's kind of like it downloads you in a way that you can't even put into words. And everybody's experience is a little different. Sometimes for me, I'm just in awe the whole time. Sometimes I feel waves of bliss and rapture. Sometimes I'm just wide awake and just receiving. It's hard to put into words. It's hard to put adjectives to it. So let's begin our warrior flow by finding a nice seat. If you like to do a hand mudra, I like that Hakini hand mudra where all my fingers touch and my thumb, creating that connection throughout my whole body, all the meridians, and closing up the circuitry in my body so there's no loose wires. And closing your eyes and diving inward into the inward being. So as we move through this practice, we're going to be, this is a time for us to be with ourselves, with the felt sense of our being, with our consciousness. And so if thinking and worries of the day and even positive thoughts come in, we're going to just label that thinking and dismiss those thoughts and move back into a state of being, that state of being with ourselves. Just all our attention in ourselves, our felt sense, the sensations in our body. We want to be fully present to ourselves, and that chitta, all those diversions and distractions of the mind, take us away from ourselves in that present moment experience of our inner being. And so we're just going to dismiss it, and we might need to dismiss it 10, 15, 20, 100 times during the practice. That's okay. We just keep moving back into being, back into the felt sense, back into the present moment. And that is the practice for this asana. And as you sit in a comfortable position, you dive within, begin to breathe into the belly, the lower abdomen. And just moving into breath awareness, breathing into the belly. So bringing all your attention to that breath in the belly. Allowing time for the parasympathetic nervous system to take over, the relaxation response to take over, and the nervous system to calm so that you can truly be present. And I invite you, as we move through this practice, if I'm holding a pose a little longer than you need to, you always have full permission to move out sooner. If we are breathing, you can always listen to your body. We never experience pain, so if you ever go into pain, please back off And just listen to your body and know you have permission to stay in a pose longer or come out a little sooner than what I prompt. And let's move that breath into 3-part yogic breaths. So we're going to breathe into the belly, into the ribs, and into the chest. And pausing at the top, and then exhaling the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Inhaling the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Pausing for a moment at the top, and then exhaling reversed. Chest, ribs, and belly. And a couple more at your own pace. And one more 3-part yogic breath. And let's move now into Nadi Shodhanam. And if you need to blow your nose, that's a great thing to do. If not, if you're clear, then we can continue the breath work. And so we're going to use a Vishnu Mudra. I'm going to curl my fingers down. You can also have them on your third eye. That's the pointer and middle finger. To activate that third eye chakra a little bit works. But so you can see me, I'm going to curl them down. I'm using my right hand, so my thumb will close off my right nostril. And then you can either use the pinky or the index, the ring finger, to close off the left. And we're going to alternate. And we're going to switch fingers, we're going to switch nostrils on the exhale. So I'm going to guide you through the first couple breaths, and you're really smart, so I know you'll catch on. I'll let you do it on your own at your own pace. So let's just take a nice deep inhale together. And then take that thumb and close off the right nostril and exhale out the left. Inhale left. And we're going to switch. Release the thumb, bring the finger to close off the left nostril and exhale out the right. Inhale right. And switch, releasing the finger, bringing the thumb down and exhale out the left. Inhale, same side. We always switch on the exhale, so switch, exhaling out the right. Inhaling, same side. And switch, exhaling out the left and continuing on your own at your own pace. And a couple more breaths. And releasing mudra, releasing the breath, and watch as your breath comes back to its natural rhythm. Staying really present with the self. And take this moment to dive in and scan the inner being, noticing how it feels to be you inside today, energetically, vibrationally, emotionally, without labeling any emotions, just basking in the felt sense. And taking this moment now to set an intention for yourself for this practice. Making that intention positive and stating it in the present as if it is occurring right now. And then coming back. Beautiful. And let's do a couple warm-ups. Let's stand up for our warm-ups. Shaking out the legs and the arms. Got Xander in the room today. You can see him a little. He's my precious kitty cat. Twisting, bringing some energy to the spine. Beautiful. And let's bring a little side twisting, opening up the side body, holding on to one wrist to the other and just feeling that opening. Try not to collapse into that side. Feeling a nice opening. And going to the other side. The more we can wake up the spine, the more our whole body's awake. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Let's shake out again. Let's move into our breath. So we're going to inhale the arms up in front of us, inhale them out, and inhale them up. And then we're going to exhale down as we bend the knee and let everything go. So let's do that together. You're doing it at your own pace. One more time. And then find yourself into a forward fold with yourself hinged forward, your hands hanging down. And I invite you to come up nice and slowly. Just one vertebrae at a time, keeping everything ragdoll. Just one vertebrae at a time. And allowing your head to be the very last to come out. It's so beautiful. It's such a great massage on the spine and neck and everything. So let's move into our warrior flow. Take a nice wide stance. Find what works for you. And remembering if you need to make it a little more narrow, you can do that. If you like to make it a more wider, to challenge yourself more, you can do that too. Find what works for you. Honoring your own body. You never compare, just finding what really works for you. And remember, as we move into Garavadrasana, Warrior One and Warrior Two, which would be in Warrior Two and then Warrior One, we're always, invitation is to always do a modification and bring your knee down. And you can do your Warrior One, your Warrior Two, and your Warrior One. So just know that's an option. Or if you're feeling challenged, you can bring those feet close together. So if you're in a Warrior Two, your feet closer together, that's not very challenging. I've worked in homes, and a lot of the clients could do the Warrior Two with a very small stance, almost like you're just standing. So find what works for you. And remember, we like to play the edge, because we're always challenging the body to open up just a little more and a little more. So we're going to be playing the edge. So we're not going to be a loose rubber band. We're not going to be stretching it out so it snaps. We don't want to pull any muscles in our body. But we do want to hold some tension and a little bit of effort so that we improve every day. So the front foot is pointed 90 degrees towards the front of the mat. The back foot is curved in 30 to 45 degrees. The front heel is going either through the arch of the back foot or the heels are aligned. And then, so that's our foundation. That's where our body is connected to the earth. So that's going to be pretty solid. We're going to adjust it a little from pose to pose, but that's pretty solid through this flow. And then we're going to work on our alignment. So we're going to take the knee and bring it so it's right over that ankle. This back thigh is going to engage. The pelvis is facing knee, so our pelvises are facing each other. And then one of the things with Warrior Two people just tend to do is they curl themselves. This is side angle, so you don't want to do that. We're going to stay upright, and we're going to bring the arms up. Back arm as high as the front arm, and then turn the head to gaze out over the fingertips. This is Virabhadrasana 2. You can engage those bandhas. You can feel that line of energy coming from the solar plexus up the core of the body and out the extended fingertips as we breathe. Beautiful. We're going to move into Viparita Virabhadrasana. So we're going to drop the back hand down to the back leg. We're going to reach that front arm up. Heart is open. Energy is coming from the heart, about the extended fingertips. And you can either leave that knee bent over the ankle, and some people really like to open up and straighten that front leg. And either way is okay. See what feels right for you today. Actually feeling kind of nice. And engage those bandhas and breathe. One more nice deep breath as you reach up into those extended fingertips. And we're going to move into Utthita Parvakonasana, side angle. So bend that knee so it's right over the ankle again. Take that front arm and swoop it so it's resting very gentle on the front thigh. This is side angle, and bringing that back arm up alongside the body. Line of energies from the back leg up the whole body, out the extended fingertips. Engage those bandhas and let's breathe. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to move into Trikanasana, and this is where you may want to use a block. And you can bring that right arm down to the block, left arm is up, and then that nice opening. And in the Trikanasana, we want to make sure we're in the same plane. So if we were resting along the side of a wall, our whole body would be alongside the wall. We're not moving out, back. We're staying in one plane of energy. Engage those bandhas and let's breathe. Line of energies from the heart up, out the extended fingertips. Your last inhale, reaching those fingertips up and then bringing that left hand down. I don't like to use the block in my Prasarita Trikanasana. Bring a hand on either side of the front foot, and if you can use a block if you like, take that back foot so it's 90 degrees. So now the feet are parallel like railroad tracks. And then rooting that left hand into the mat, we're going to twist away from me as you raise the right hand up. Revolved triangle. And breathe. Feel that line of energy from the heart up the extended fingertips. Micro bend in both the knees. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bringing that hand down. Beautiful job. We're going to move into Parsvottanasana, pyramid. So bringing that back heel down towards the mat. Front leg is still straight with a little micro bend. And relax the chest and the head down towards the front leg. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Line of energy is simply surrendering the heart, honoring the heart, and surrendering to the heart. One more nice deep breath here. Beautiful job. And we're going to take that back foot and bring it back to its 30 to 45 degree angle. Bring this front knee so it's back right over the ankle. And you can take a little micro bend in the back knee as you come up to the front thigh. And then move up. Those thighs are engaged, coming towards each other. And now we are moving into our Garavadrasana One. So the first thing we want to do is square those hips. That back leg sometimes pulls that hip back a little. So we're going to square those hips. Knee right over the ankle. Bringing those arms up above. Engage those bandhas. The line of energy is coming from our solar plexus, up the core of the body and out the fingertips. And breathe. And your next inhale, reaching those fingertips up as the shoulders drop down away from the ears. And as you exhale, come forward. Beautiful job. And we're going to move into Tadasana, 5-pointed star. So the first thing we're going to do is set our foundation. So our feet are wide. We're in a wide stance. And the feet are pretty neutral, facing forward. And we're going to feel the lines of energy. It's all coming from the solar plexus here. Going down both legs. So we're going to feel the feet pressing into the earth. Feeling those two lines of energy simultaneously. And this is a 5-pointed star, so we have 5 lines of energy simultaneously. Everything's coming from the solar plexus. Up the core of the body and out both arms and fingertips. So feel all 4 lines of energy now. And our last line of energy is this crown. Feeling the energy reaching up from the crown up towards the sky. And engage those bandhas and let's breathe as we engage all 5 lines of energy in this Tanasana, 5-pointed star. One more nice deep breath. Beautiful job. And bringing the hands to the waist. Remembering you can narrow your stance a little if that's too much, or you can even make it wider. So we're going to move into Badakanasana, goddess. Energy is coming from the heart and it's going to come out the fingertips. So first thing we want to do is we're going to adjust our foundation. So the toes are going to be pointing out more like froggy feet. So they're almost like they're pointing towards the corners of the mat. And then we're going to bend those knees so they're going over the feet. Beautiful job. And find your squat. Maybe up here. And maybe way down here. Where I'm kind of neutral here. And then bringing the arms up. Engaging those bandhas. Feeling that line of energy from the heart out the palms of the hands. And breathe. Utthata Konasana. Engage those bandhas. Beautiful. And in your next inhale coming up, we're going to move into Prasarita Tanasana. Wide leg forward fold. So you keep the feet the way they are. Keep the foundation the way it is. And we're going to hinge at the hips. So you can keep your hands here and just begin to hinge at the hips. Hinging just at the hips so you find that edge. When you find that edge, allow the spine to round and the head to look down. And you can bring the hands down to the mat or onto a block. Just relaxing this nice, deep forward fold. Engage those bandhas and breathe. And let's go side to side. Feel a nice little stretch on each side. Into one foot or the other. And just taking a couple breaths on each side. Switching when you're ready. Yoga is about strength, balance, and flexibility. So we like to stretch the muscles. So we're going to bring the hands back on the hips, lifting the head first. The heart comes next. Hinging at the hips, coming back up. Beautiful job. Let's move over to the other side. So we're going to create that foundation first. Front foot, which is my left foot now, is facing 90 degrees towards the front of the mat. Back foot is 30 to 45 degrees. I see that heel of the front foot, for me, I like it to go through the arch. Some people like to line up their heels, whichever works for you. And then we're going to bring that front knee so it's right over the ankle. We want to watch. If it goes behind the ankle, that's okay. If it goes forward to the ankle, that causes stress on the knee. So we don't want that to happen. We want to watch it so that it's aligned, preferably, or a little behind, but not forward. We don't want to cause any stress on our knees. And then we're going to bring those arms up. Engaging that back thigh, engaging all the bandhas, turning the head to gaze over those front fingertips. And let's breathe. Line of energies from the solar plexus up the core of the body and out the extended front fingertips. And breathe. Beautiful. On your next exhale, bringing the back hand to the back leg, Viparita Garavadrasana. Front arm reaches up. energies from the heart out the extended fingertips. Remember that front leg can stay right 90 degrees right over the ankle. Or if you really want to open up and it feels better, you can straighten that leg, a little micro bend, and engage those bandhas and breathe. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, bending that knee so it's right over the ankle. We're going to move into Utthita Parvakonasana, side angle. Swoop that front arm to gently rest on the front thigh. Back arm is going to come up alongside the body. Line of energies from the back foot up and out the extended fingertips. Very little weight on this front arm. We're not leaning into it. We're just using it for stability. Engaging those bandhas. And let's breathe. Beautiful. Inhaling, reaching into the extended fingertips, and exhaling, we're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to bring the front arm down to either a block or the floor. Both shoulders are stacked. Legs are straight with a little micro bend. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. Line of energies from the heart up out the extended fingertips. Trikanasana Triangle. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bringing that hand down. Bringing a hand on either side of that front foot. Taking that back foot to 90 degrees so that it is parallel with the front. So it's like if we were in a lunge or Anjaneyasana. And we're going to really root that right hand into the mat or the block, twisting away from me. Viparita Trikanasana, revolved triangle. And breathe, engaging those bandhas. Same line of energy from the heart up the extended fingertips. And on your next exhale, you're into your third breath. Just bringing that hand down, both hands down. And resting here in our pyramid, Tanasana. And front leg is straight with a little micro bend. Resting into the thigh and breathing. Engage those bandhas. Beautiful job. And we're going to come up into our Garavadrasana One, our Warrior One. We're going to take a nice little micro bend in that back knee. Bend that back, the front knee, so it's right over the ankle. Thighs are coming together. They're engaged together. And we're going to come up onto the thigh, the right thigh, and then bring the entire body up. Let's switch that back foot so it's 30 to 45 degrees. And we'll square those hips. So my right leg is back now. I might need to bring that right hip a little more forward so those hips are squared. Front knee's right over the ankle again. Engaging those bandhas and bringing those arms up. Arms are up, but shoulders are relaxed down. And the line of energies from the solar plexus up and out the extended fingertips. And let's engage those bandhas and breathe. 3 nice deep breaths here. Beautiful. And on your last breath, just coming so you're facing forward. And we're going to move back in one more time into our Utthita Tadasana, 5-pointed star. So we have those arms extended out, feet pressing into the earth, and the head lifting up towards the heaven. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Beautiful. Releasing those hands down to the hips. And let's adjust that foundation so the heels are in and the toes are pointing out. Moving into our Utthita Konasana, goddess. Bending those knees so they're going right over the feet. Beautiful. Bringing the arms up. Line of energies from the heart out the palms. Engage those bandhas and breathe. One more nice deep breath. And bringing the hands to the hips again. Let's straighten the legs. And we're going to move into our Prasarita Badakanasana. Wide leg forward fold. So we're going to stick that tailbone out a little bit. We're going to begin to hinge at the hips. Head and heart are going to stay up. They're going to be the last now to move down. And when you're in that hinge and you're on that edge of the hinge, then round the spine and bringing the hands down to a block or the earth. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. This nice deep forward fold. And going from one side to the other. And a nice stretch. Switching sides if you haven't already. And then coming back to center. And let's bring the hands to the hips, lifting the head first and the heart. And then hinging up. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Let's take a moment here, standing in a nice, comfortable position, maybe a little further than hip width apart, bringing our hands to our heart. Taking this moment to dive in for a moment. Feeling the feet grounded on the mat, body 360 degrees. Feeling the breath in the belly. Diving into sensations, pratyahara, removing our attention from the external and bringing all our attention inside the body. Noticing how this affected the inner aliveness within us. And bringing our awareness to our heart center. And bringing our single pointed focused attention to our heart. All our attention, all our energy into this wisdom heart. Physical heart, the etheric heart, the heart chakra. Keeping the focus on the heart. Releasing that concentration and let yourself move into pure conscious awareness, pure meditative flow of awareness, and allow it to take you spontaneously into Samadhi at any moment. Where you become pure spaciousness. Pure silence and stillness. Everything is stopped. Allow yourself to rest in the place where you are everywhere, nowhere. Everything, no one thing in particular. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly, gently and kindly coming back from your Samadhi. Let's move into a couple balancing poses before we end the practice and move into a full Samadhi. Do a little bit on the floor if we have time. And it's flying this morning. So let's move into our tree. That is always the best. So moving all the weight and all the energy into that right standing leg. Very little energy in the left. And turning that left foot out to rest the left heel on just above the right ankle. And bring your branches up. And this may be your tree right here. Feeling that right leg rooted like a tree trunk. Seeing all those roots going down into the earth. If you'd like to take that foot up a little higher, more of a balance, finding a spot in front of you that is not moving to gaze at your drishti. And breathe. One more breath. And releasing down. Beautiful job. Let's bring all our weight and all our energy into the left standing leg. Now our left leg is a tree trunk, and you can feel those roots going deep down into the earth, rooting this left leg. Taking that right leg out and resting that right ankle on the left leg. Bringing those branches up. And if you'd like to bring that right leg up a little bit and balance. Finding your drishti and breathe. One more deep breath. And releasing the foot down. Beautiful job. Shaking a little bit there. Every once in a while we'll shake. That's okay. Let's move into our eagle. And one of the ways I remember how to have your arms twisted and your legs twisted, and so that you can remember that they're twisted the right way, is the same with the arm as with the leg. So if I'm going to have this is my left arm, I'm going to have my left arm underneath my right, like that, then it's going to be the same on my legs. So my left leg is going to be underneath my right as I twist down. So that's how I remember, and vice versa. So let's start with that. Let's start with that side. So taking the arms, and let's bring the left arm under the right arm. And then we'll bring them right to the front of the face and bringing those arms down. And then because the left arm is under, we're going to make sure the left leg is under. So we're going to take the right leg and we're going to bring it over the left. And we're going to try to twist that right foot behind the thigh. I have a hard time with that. And then bend those knees down. And engage those bodies and breathe. One more breath. And coming up. Beautiful job and releasing. So now we're going to go to the other side. So we're going to take the right arm under the left, pulling those arms down, hands are right in front of the face. And then we're going to take the left leg over the right. The right leg is under and the right arm is under. And then bend those knees. So you're going into a little squat. And engage those bandhas and breathe. And releasing out. Beautiful. And see, we were doing a nice little Garavadrasana flow. Garavadrasana 1, Garavadrasana 2. Let's do a little Garavadrasana 3 flow. So it is a balance. So with the Garavadrasana 3, you can take that front foot is a little forward of your back foot. I have my right foot in front. And I'm going to bring my weight up onto this right front foot. Very little weight on the back foot. So it's just kind of there for stability. I'm going to bring my arms. You can either bring your arms out to the side or you can bring them out to the front. And then we're going to hinge at the hips. And as you hinge at the hips, the back leg is going to come up. And you can use a chair in front of you for balance or a wall for balance. Engage those bandhas and let's breathe. One more breath. And then let's come up. Beautiful job. We'll switch over to the other foot. So I'm going to take the left foot forward. Right foot is stepped back a little bit. And then I'm going to hinge and bring all my weight into this right standing leg. You can do your visualization where you see that leg go further deeper into the earth. And remembering you can bring the arms out or you can bring them in front. I'm going to take them out this time. And hinging forward. As you bring the back leg up, you can use a chair or a wall to keep your balance. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And releasing down. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. So it's 3 nice balances. Let's do one last little balance. Let's do the standing yoga mudra. So bring the hands behind our back. We're going to hinge forward. Head is down. Heart is the highest organ in the body. Honoring the heart. And breathe. And on your next exhale, bring in the hands down to the mat, onto the earth we come. Finally, we get to be on the floor. I remember when I first started yoga, I was always so happy to get down on the floor to relax a little bit. So it's nice when you've been standing, you've done some postures. That was a nice little advanced flow. So good job. Fantastic job. I'm so proud of you. So let's just roll around on the floor a little bit. Let's go into our Badakanasana. Bring those feet together. Scooting those heels in towards the body a little bit. And let's flap those angel wings. And then relaxing and pressing those legs and knees towards the earth. Inhale as we lengthen the spine, engage those bandhas, and exhale, hinging forward. That nice opening on the hips. One more nice deep breath here. Beautiful. Coming back. And let's come down onto our backs. We don't have too much time before Savasana. We can only do a couple little things. So if you want to do your spinal rocks or just come down onto your back nice and slowly if you don't have enough cushion. Back. And eventually on our backs, those feet up. Beautiful job. And let's move into a nice little supta pigeon, supine pigeon. So we'll take that right leg, rest the right ankle onto the left knee. Bring the left ankle onto the right knee. So your left ankle's on your right knee, just above the knee. And you're going to lift that right foot up, bring that right leg towards you, wrap those hands behind the right leg, and bring that right leg into the body, feeling that nice, beautiful hip opener. Allow yourself to be absorbed in sensation, fully present to yourself and your body in this present moment. You can slightly engage those bandhas to build more prana in the body. Feeling a lot of love for yourself, appreciation, the courageous soul that you are. And releasing that leg down. Beautiful job. And we're going to switch legs. So we're going to have the left foot on the floor, left knee up. We're going to take that right leg and rest that right ankle on the left knee. And then we're going to lift that left foot up. Bring that left leg in towards the body, wrapping the hands behind the left leg and tucking and pulling that left leg into the body. Playing that edge, feeling that nice edge, a nice opening of the hips, engaging those bandhas, and breathe. Fully present to the self, the beautiful, amazing self. One more nice deep breath. Just a nice deep pose. And releasing the knee. Beautiful job. And let's move into our supine Badakanasana. Bring those feet together, wrapping our hands around them and pulling those feet in towards the body. And rocking back and forth if you can. Supta Badakanasana, supine butterfly. And let's come back to neutral. And let's move into, let's bring those legs into a little bit inversion for a moment. Feel that rest on the veins. If you'd like to move into a half shoulder stand, you can do that, or you can just keep these legs elevated. Flex and extend the feet if you like. I always like to increase sensation when I can. And if you're in half shoulder stand, coming out of half shoulder stand, we're going to move into our baby. So we're going to bend those knees, feet are facing the sky, widen those knees, nice and wide if you can. So they're lined up more towards the armpit. We don't want to pull the legs in to the ribs. Bring those arms out to the outside of the feet, and then let's pull those legs down towards the armpits. Feel a nice hip opener here. Engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe. Beautiful job. And just moving into Ananda Balasana, happy baby, kicking around. Knowing what feels good for you. And moving into any other last pose or stretch that you may want to do. We're going to move into a couple releases and then into our Samadhi. Just having fun with your baby for a moment. This is when you really like to have fun and enjoy moving in your body, just like babies do. And when you're ready, bringing the feet flat on the floor, knees are up. Our back is resting on the mat. And we're going to move into hula. We're going to keep that back and sacrum flat onto the earth as we swivel the hips. So my right hip is coming up towards my right armpit. My left is dropping down towards the heel. And a nice swivel. So my right is dropping down towards the heel. And my left is coming up towards the armpit. Keeping the back flat on the mat. Just swiveling those hips in our hula. This is our hula. A little different motion than hula, but this is what I named it. Hula. And feeling all those beautiful sensations as you move in through this nice, slow, repetitive movements. Release and relax the lower back. And coming back to neutral, we move into hip pointers. So I'm going to keep the right hip rooted into the mat. Right butt cheek is rooted into the earth. And I'm going to lift the left hip and I'm going to point it up towards the sky. And the left butt cheek is lifting up. And then I'm going to relax that down and go to the other side. So the left is rooted into the earth and the right is lifting up and pointing diagonal towards the sky. Just moving back and forth into hip pointers. Nice slow repetitive movements, noticing sensation. We're slowing down and relaxing now. Keeping that breath flowing, fully connected to the sensation in your body. And coming back to neutral. Beautiful job. We're going to move into cat-cow, supine cat-cow. So we're laying on our back and we're going to cat first, pressing the small of the back into the mat, tailbone tucks under, flexion of the spine. And now we're going to move into our cow. So we're going to arch that lumbar spine, that lower back up off the mat. Tailbone is sticking into the earth. Breathing out. Extension of the spine. And even though maybe your back may not be lifting off the mat, your spine, your lumbar spine is lifting up off the mat. And moving back and forth in flexion and extension, cat and cow, and a supine position. Supta. Nice, slow, repetitive movements, noticing sensation, just being completely absorbed in the energy and the sensation, fully present to yourself, keeping the breath flowing. And coming back to neutral. Beautiful job. And we're going to walk those feet out nice and wide, keeping those knees up, and go into single knee drops. So we're going to drop one knee at a time into the center. Finding your edge there. Noticing sensation. One knee at a time, dropping down into the center. Fully absorbed in your own experience. Keeping the breath flowing. And coming back to neutral, let's walk those feet, keeping the knees still up, back, hip width apart. And let's drop the knees to one side or the other, over to one side, both knees, lifting that top knee up and bringing it over to the other side. And then at some point, the opposite knee is going to come and join the knee. And lifting the top knee, moving it over, and then the bottom knee will follow. And some like to just windshield wiper the knees back and forth. And if that feels better for you, you can do that. Whichever works best for you. Final release. Sometimes I do a little of both. And coming back to center. And we're going to move into our Samadhi now. So I invite you to get into your Savasana position. You need to put a little sweatshirt on. If you have a blanket you can put over you. If you prefer to be in a seated position, you can do that. You want the spine to be straight throughout this practice. getting yourself nice and comfy. Maybe you want to put something underneath your knees if you're in Savasana position. For that lower back, with something under your knees can be helpful. Something very light under your head. Some people like eye pillows. Some people are just good with a light blanket. Very comfortable. So find your comfortable position. And make any last little adjustments to your body. Maybe bringing those knees into the chest. We didn't do that final release. So maybe bringing the knees into the chest and rocking back and forth. Maybe just making a few little micro movements with your body. Most important is that you're comfortable, so you can create a very comfortable little nest for yourself. Your body's warm and you're comfortable. And we're going to bring our awareness to the physical body. Noticing where our body's connected to the earth. Acknowledging that support of the earth. Holding our body safely on the planet. Feeling the entire body 360 degrees. Back of the body, the front of the body, the right side of the body, the left side of the body, the lower half of the body, the upper half of the body. Feeling your entire physical body 360 degrees. The Pranamayakosha, physical body kosha. We're moving into the Pranamayakosha, bringing that breath into the belly. Some nice deep breaths into the belly. Did some pranayama today, the nadi shodhanam. So we have balanced our nadis, activated those nadis. And breathing into the belly, activating the relaxation response, the parasympathetic nervous system. So moving your awareness into this prana body, fully engaged in the breath. You are the breath. Beginning to feel and sense those energy systems within the body. The chakras from the root to your tailbone, perineum. Coming up just below the belly button. Navel. And then moving up to the center core of your body, just above the belly button. Your solar plexus. It's yellow. Goes like the rainbow. The root is red. Navel is orange. Solar plexus is yellow, and then we move up the very middle of the body. And there's the heart, and it's green. We ascend up to the throat. It's blue, right in the center of the throat. And we move further up, right between the brows, the center of the head, our Ajna chakra, indigo, and ascending even further up. We have our crown chakra, which is wide open, right in the center, the top of our head. Violet, extending up infinitely in height. Continuing to breathe in the belly, allowing these energy centers to spin and vitalize. And assist our process in Samadhi. We're in the Pranamayakosha. And we're going to move a little deeper into the Manamayakosha. As we dive into the emotional body. Bask in whatever emotions are there without labeling them or describing them, staying in that full, raw, felt sense of the emotions. Feel whatever is there fully. No labeling or describing, judging, just feeling and basking. And move a little deeper inward into the wisdom body, the Vishnamayakosha. We're going to use the dhyana and dhyarana, some of the 8 limbs here. Bring ourselves deeper into the wisdom body by bringing ourselves into that single point of focus, focusing on your heart, that radiant energy center of your chest. All your attention here. Keeping that focus on the heart. Thoughts come in, just dismiss them and bring all your attention to the heart. Sending that heart love, attention, focused attention. And releasing that focused attention and allowing your consciousness to sit in pure conscious awareness, silence, pure expanded spaciousness, absolute stillness. Everything within you simply stops right here, now. Allowing your mind to become silent stillness, pure spacious awareness. Thoughts arise, simply dismiss them, and move back into silence, stillness. Resting deep inside the sacred sanctuary of your heart, fully expanded, becoming everything, everywhere, simultaneously. Deeply resting in silence, the silent stillness of your being. All aspects of your being are integrated. You are one with all life, everything, everywhere. Resting in being everything, no one thing in particular. I invite you now, while your mind is still and your consciousness is expanding, bring yourself back to that intention you set and plant it into your consciousness once again with some powerful visualizations. Visualizing your life with that intention realized. See it in your mind's eye fulfilled and feel those same emotions you feel. Affirming it has already happened right now. Doing whatever you need to do finally for that intention, watering it, cutting it down, seeing it start to sprout, and letting it go with a this or better. This or better. And beginning to bring the breath into the belly. Deep belly breaths as you come back into the Pranamayakosha. And bringing your awareness finally back to the body, feeling the earth underneath you, supporting your physical body. Heart is still beating. Neurons are still firing. You're here in the physical. And beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Stretching out those arms and those legs. Coming back to this physical body, this time and space. And diving in and checking in with yourself one last time. Noticing your energy, the spaciousness within you. Noticing if it's a little more calm, a little more spacious within you when you began practice. And taking this moment to honor your heart, on that precious sacred awareness that is always present, unchanging, permanent awareness that never leaves you. That without it, nothing could arise in your world. At which you peer through, you peer from, peer out. This wisdom, this ancient being within you. It is your deepest self. It was there before you were born into this life and will be there when you pass away. And it has been there every instant throughout this life. Sending this permanent self, this divine self, this Atman, great love and appreciation for all the experiences, for always being there with you, always loving you, never judging you, being that softest place to land. Always purely, unconditionally loving and accepting you, no matter what. And directing that self-love towards yourself ongoingly throughout this day, throughout all days. Loving and appreciating self. And gently and kindly coming back and opening your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for this warrior flow and samadhi practice. I hope you have gotten benefit from it. Please like this video. These classes are all free. If you enjoyed it, please like it. And please check out our website, EcstaticYoga.Studio, and find out more about our yoga retreats and our yoga teacher trainings. We are registered with Yoga Alliance. We have ongoing online and hybrid training and new ones starting up in the fall. I am Grace. So grateful that you joined me this morning. We will conclude with our Namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love. light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Wishing you a beautiful and most blessed day.